It's amazing. A big and tasty for just $1? How do you do it? What's your secret?
Bon Jovi. E 500 manarco ciaferti alla...
Hello, darlings, and welcome to episode 35 of my quick off-the-cuff record review show, What Am I Listening To and Why? This is the record show where I put on the last 6 albums I've been listening to and tell you what I thought about them just as it kind of happened. Now, I'm not a musicologist or a musilier or a professor of rock and roll or anything like that. I'm just a guy who likes to listen to records, so please don't get upset or take anything I say too seriously. I know no better than you. Let's crack on. Enjoy the show.
The Earl of Minerva takes flight at dusk from the Finiston Grand. She flies west. Colonial gardens, bourgeois baths, boulevards, great and western.
Record number 1 is by a band called the Tenementals, which I think is a great name. And this is their album, A History of Glasgow, Volume 1 to Volume 5, which I think is it's very confident. Now, I bought this as a kind of impulse purchase while I was in a record shop. You know when you're in a record shop and you hear something playing and it sounds fucking great and you just want to buy it? Well, I did that with this! This came out last year, by the way. I heard the intro track and I was so excited about it and thought it was so great. I just bought the album immediately and got it home and then realised that maybe I shouldn't have done that. Because I'll get to that in a minute. It's this, having looked on the website, this is less of a band. I don't know if this is right, but it feels more like a kind of community project or some sort of, less than not so much a band as a community-based thing. As such, I shouldn't be mean to it, but it is a kind of, they sort of list who's in the group on their website, and they kind of bang on about having academics in the band. And I don't know about you, but if you've got academics in the band, I suggest you just shut the fuck up about that, because that just makes you sound, nobody gives a fuck. You got academics in the band or people who work in a coal mine. That ain't the fucking point. That's just my opinion. It's got a great opening track called The Earl of Minerva, which sounds a bit like The Fall or Spare Snare or something like that. But after that, it kind of goes into sort of folky poppy stuff, female singer and occasional male singer, and it's honestly, after the opening track is so good, everything else just kind of feels like a little disappointment, and that's the curse of having a great opening track. They probably should have made it the third track or something, but yeah. It feels a little bit posh. It feels a little bit posh lady, a little bit brown rice, and a little bit right on. I'm just saying this off the top of my head. It may well not be, but it does feel that. And there's a slight whiff of lesbian drum therapy or something about it. I'm gonna get fucking shot for that, but yeah, it's nothing wrong with the record as such. It's just I made a mispurchase because it's not really for me. It's very Glasgow based and all the songs are about Glasgow, and that's okay, but there's a song on there called People Make Glasgow, which just I don't like. This is a record for people who are from and love Glasgow. I'm kind of neither, but it's still a record. It sounds like I don't like the record, but I do. I'm just bringing up everything that's bad with it. It's good, decent pop music. There's some sketchy lead guitar that I would have done something about, but and shut up about academics. Is it a community-based record? It kind of is. The Tenementals, it's fine for what it is. I was disappointed because I wanted it to be like the first track, and none of it really is. So I'm going to give it what am I listening? 5.
Hey, Mr. Jim, I can see the shape you're in. Got your finger on your eyebrow and a left hand on your hip. Thinking that you're such a lady killer.
Record number 2 this week is Mink, Deville with their debut album, Cabretta. I always used to pronounce it Carburetta, but it's not. It's Cabretta. Now, we all know Mink, Deville because this track, Spanish Stroll, which you probably know very well, appears on about 1 million punk compilations. And that's where I found Mink, Deville. And then one day a few years ago, I thought, is there anything else? Because I think Spanish Stroll is great, and then I just started digging, and I found out I really, really love this band, Mink Deville, and the frontman, Willie Deville. They sort of sprung out of the CBGB's the CBGB's thing, and I think they were once the house band in CBGB's at one point, formed in 1974. They may have come out of the CBGB's era, but they were nothing to do with punk. They're an incredible sort of Spanishy. Oh well, let's just talk about this record. This record is the very, very definition of a romantic album, but not in a cheesy way, but in a real kind of fucking street way. It's tough, but also tender, which is the meaning of the word cabretta, which is a kind of leather, which is tough but tender. So you see what they did there. Unfortunately, Willie never had much success, really, and everybody fucking rated him, and everybody loved his songs, and Dylan loved him, blah, 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 all the fucking big cunts loved him. But for some reason, I wish somebody had taken some of his songs and, you know, made a big, massive hit out of them or something. It's such a shame. Sometimes this record is in tune, which is great. Sometimes this record is not in tune, which is also great. It's all totally fine. It's brutal. It's honest, it's heartbreaking, and I have to be careful when I play it, or it can make me quite sad. Willie's the real thing. He's the real deal. And the ladies, when they're around Willie Deville, it does something to their parts. They get really excited. It's just a fucking brilliant rock and roll, broken-hearted, rock and roll, sad album. Just absolutely rammed with fucking attitude, and it's completely timeless. Willie died at 58, unfortunately, with fuck all in the bank. Why was he unsuccessful? I really don't know. It's a fucking shame. Under-promoted, underappreciated, underplayed, and undersold. But I recommend this album to you very much, and it gets the Pete Records. They don't make him like this anymore. Seal of approval. 7.
You're doing your job. You're eating food. You're bringing up children. You're living your life, but you're doing it wrong.
Record number 3 is the Adam Buxton. This came out this year. It's all modern stuff this week. This came out this year. The Adam Buxton album, Buckle Up. Now, if you don't know who Adam Buxton is, he's the guy. He's got the world's most popular podcasts, and I've listened to them all, and they're great. And I'm a huge fan of Adam Buxton. I think he's a funny guy. He does amazing jingles and stuff on his podcast, and that's kind of why I bought this album, because I love his little musical interludes, and I wanted it to kind of be like that. As I say, I'm a big fan. It kind of is like that. Now, what he's trying to do here, in my opinion, I don't know if you're watching this, Adam, what he's trying to do here, no, I don't mean to say that. I think, for me, he's tried to make a proper record, which is admirable. Now, did he succeed? Because he's a comedy guy, did he succeed in making a proper album? Yes and no. You'll be surprised to hear. If you like Flight of the Conchords, and Half Man, Half Biscuit, or even Starbase 109. If you don't know Starbase 109, if you want to hear a comedy craft work, Starbase 109 are amazing.
Don't drive your car and save on petrol.
The problem with comedy people, and they want to make a proper album, and he succeeds here, but I think it's hard to not be funny, and the problem with funny records is you don't want to listen to them very much. They need to have great pathos to work, and he succeeds here quite a lot. There's a song called Pizza Time, which is great. If you've done the whole album, you know, based like that, which is it's got genuine heart. But then there's the desire to be proper funny, and that kind of fucks things. There's a couple of tracks on here that absolutely do my nut in. There's a track. Adam, really. There's a track on here called Skip This Track. Now that's funny. He's done a shitey country and western song called Skip This Track about how the fact that this track is actually shite and you'll probably skip it. That's a nice idea. It's kind of funny. Once! funny once, but then immediately, the next time you got the album on, you genuinely do want to skip that track because it's just fucking irritating. So it's a sort of self-destructive kind of thing to do. There's another track on here called Tea Towel. Nobody needs a cod fucking Latin music song, Latin American-y music song about drying the fucking dishes. You just don't need it. These are both terrible things, and it's a shame that he wasted valuable grooves on a couple of things like that. But a lot of the other stuff is really good and really worth hearing, like the jingles. It's kind of electronic, and I think there's an extended version of one of his jingles on here. It's fun, it's lovable, like him. I just don't know how fucking long-lasting it'll be, but I'll be kind. Adam Buxton, buckle up. Definitely worth a listen, and I'm going to give it a lovable 6.
Hey, if you're watching and enjoying this video, please do me a favour and share it around. It's only a click of a button. For Christ's sake, don't make me come down there, eh?
Album number 4 is a band I've never really heard very much of at all, so I really took a deep dive in here, and I did it for you. This is Hawkwind, Warrior on the Edge of Time, from 1975. This is their 5th LP, and the genre here is something called space rock, which I love the sound of. Space rock, it sounds like prog, but only better. But judging by this record, it comes down to playing one chord for fucking ages. That's kind of like what it feels like. It's the sort of, the strange end of prog for me. Lemmy was in this band, and apparently he was sacked on the same day that this album was released. I think someone from Hawkwind said now he was free to go and pursue a lifestyle pretending to be a Hell's Angel. Ouch, dangerous. Yeah, his Hell's Angel fantasy or something. Anyway, I remember lots of my pals loving Hawkwind and me never really giving it much, not really sort of taking it in. I always thought it was something that belonged to the lovers of the patchouli oil. And I'm not really wrong here. I have listened to this quite a lot. And I think I've got the measure of the band here. A lot of people are not going to like me for this, but track 1 on this is a track called Assault and Battery. And it kind of gives you everything you need to know about Hawkwind in the first 90 seconds. Unfortunately, that track is 11.5 fucking minutes long! So it's, oh god, 11 minutes. This is Hawkwind. Motorhead, the song Motorhead is on here by Lemmy. It has a violin solo, so that's interesting. It also has horrible kind of pretentious, pompous vocal interludes talking. I don't know what they're fucking talking about in between the songs, but when you hear something like that, it's always terrifying. They toured with Dr. Feelgood in 1974. I cannot imagine a more chaotic fucking pairing than that. Be brutally frank, your life just feels too short to be dealing with this. It's just too much. It could be a fucking single. They get away with murder. They really do. And I know people are not going to like me saying that. It's beards, it's greatcoats, it's fucking patch jeans, it's fucking mung beads, it's mushroom tea, it's Battle of the Beanfield. It's all of that wrapped up in a stinking patchouli oil kind of thing. Oh, the years have not been kind to this, and I think listening to this now in 2025 as a fucking 59-year-old man without the use of hallucinogenics or any kind of drugs or anything, it's a bit like getting up on a Monday morning and watching a Cheech and Chong movie before you go to work. It's not. It doesn't fucking work. It's fucking... I don't like it. I mean, you might have picked that up. I don't like it. They're getting away with it. Good luck to them. I think they're still going in some form. I'm going to have to give it a fucking dull 3. Sorry.
You're incapable, incapable, incapable.
record number 5 is Dexys, not Dexys Midnight Runners, but Dexys' album, One Day I'm Gonna Soar. This came out in 2012, 27 years after their last album, which I think was Turaye. So there's a long gap between that one and this one. Dexys Midnight Runners was never a band I was really that interested in. I remember Gino, the first LP, I liked it okay, but I wasn't crazy. It was all happening about the same time as the two-tone stuff, and that kind of, the two-tone stuff kind of overshone everything that they did. And then Turaye, you had all the fucking, a fucking nightmare. Who wants to hear Come On Eileen again? I would say probably no one apart from a nutcase. They had a new image with every LP, and they had a new 1940s kind of image with this LP. Kevin Rowland, notoriously hard to get on with, always seemed to be mourning and bitching and was a very difficult interview. And I remember one time seeing a headline in The Sun with a photograph, and this was between the first album and Turaye, and it said, Kevin Rowland signing on the Dole. And at the time I kind of thought, good, he deserves it. I take all that back though, because this is, he may be a difficult guy, but this is an absolutely fucking great LP. As I say, 2012, fourth LP, nearly 30 years between the third LP and the fourth LP. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. This is a kind of very, very honest, folky, jazzy, funky kind of boy, broken heart kind of record with a brilliant earthy sound and a massive lush production. It's a double LP, and I think it's just, I've really fallen in love with this record. It's one of the most kind of honest and kind of things I've ever heard coming from someone. Yes, Kevin Rowland is a really difficult person, but I tell you what, he fucking exposes all of that in this record. And I don't mean he makes it clear, oh, I've got a bit of a temper. No, that's not what he's saying. He exposes his fucking dark, bad shit, and it's all on show. Previous to that, he had a solo LP, I think, what was it called? My Beauty, which was bankrolled by Alan McGee, I believe, the one where he's wearing a dress and showing his pants on the cover. I believe that album sold under 1,000 copies, so kind of thank God for this one. As I say, it's beautifully produced. It's got a great earthy drum sound and lots of lavish strings. And if you can get, a lot of problem I used to have was Kevin Rowland's voice. I didn't used to be able to handle it, but I can really handle it now. And I love when he does all this fucking talking things. It's not perfect, of course. If you were to put my feet to the flames, I would say, yeah, it's overly sentimental. But like I say, with all that dark shit, I think the sentimentality can be carried really well. There's a bit of Larry Adler harmonica in it, and it's, it can be a bit cheesy, but I am going to forgive everything in this, all the fucking silly, slushy things in this record, because the good points about it are so fucking good. It's a bit show tunesy. It's 1940s clothes. It's country. It's folk. It's fucking great. All right. I don't know. Maybe I'm gay. I don't know. But I really get off on it. I forgive everything that's wrong because of everything that's right. And one of the best tracks on it, probably Incapable of Love, is one of the best tracks on it. But you've got to stick with this record and really dig deep into the shit that he's singing about, because it's really quite something. And it's something that's just, bloody hell, I don't know if I would expose myself that much in my art. But well done to him for doing it. And I'm going to give it, despite its flaws, what am I listening to and why? 8. Hello? Kevin? Yes. No, I didn't say that. I did not. Yeah, I did say that, yeah. No. I said I liked it. 8 is a really high number. Hardly anybody gets... Well, contact your lawyer, I don't care. Take me to the cleaners, I've not got nothing to fucking give. Alright! Fuck's sake!
I believe in the Holy Church, the communion of saints, the forgiveness of sins. Our Father, one in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Fuck you.
Last album today is the Johnny Thunders debut solo record, So Alone. Now, Johnny Thunders, as you probably know, was the lead guitarist of the Dolls. He was the lead guitarist of the New York Dolls. That went there, it genuinely did. He was the lead guitarist of the New York Dolls, legendary pre-proto-punk New York Dolls, and the Heartbreakers, which was also his band after that. And he's probably just as famous for being a massive smackhead as he is for any of that.
I mean, I play music, that's what I do. You know, I'm not a professional drug taker.
But this is his first kind of solo outing that came out in 1978, and it sounds pretty fucking horrible for some reason. This came out after Lamph Like a Motherfucker, the Heartbreakers record, which also sounds fucking horrible. Steve Lillywhite produced this, and it sounds like he produced it in a toilet, so I don't know what happened there. Why is this record not better than it is? It's full of big hitters. The band is fucking Steve Jones, Paul Cook from the Sex Pistols. It's got Phil Lynott on the bass. Paul Gray is playing on it. Steve Marriott is playing on this. Why is this not any good? I don't know. I think the smack was on full flow. Really, that's what I genuinely think. The whole thing reeks of that'll do. I don't know. When I buy a fucking record, when I spend my money and I put it on and I realise it's that'll do, then I think, fuck you. I fucking hate that. It's horrible and it's muddy. It's better than I remember it from the last time I played it a couple of years ago, but that's fucking faint praise. It's stuffed with cover versions of Little Note. The one really great song on here is Can't Put Your Arms Around a Memory, which is great, but not great enough. It doesn't carry the fucking record. Johnny Thunders has got a whiny, American whiny voice, and I'm going to say it here, he's a fucking sideman. He may be a legend, but he is a fucking sideman. Can't Put Your Arms Around a Memory has been covered by fucking millions of people, including the Grumbleweeds, the Diversion at one point. There's a song on here called London Boys, which is Johnny Thunders getting his own back at the Sex Pistols, who had the song New York about the New York punk scene. So he wrote this song London Boys as a kind of a rebuttal. There you go, take that back. Unfortunately, it's not very good at all. There's fucking saxophone solos on this, which are yeah, saxophone solos on this on a song called So Untouchable. And they're just horrible, they're cheesy, they've got no place on a fucking record like this. I gave it my best chance. But I just can't be arsed to listen to this fucking nonsense anymore. If you can't be arsed, if Johnny Thunders can't be arsed to put the fucking work in to make this album really great, then why the fuck should I fucking listen to it? I really don't know. I'm gonna give it a faintly smelling of urine and lying in a corner 4.
A big and tasty for just $1?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening, watching the show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it didn't. I know I said a lot of mean things about people here, and I hope that didn't rile you up. Or maybe I hope it did. I don't know. But anyway, thank you very much. Post your comments below and let me know what you think. Share the fucking thing and do all the stuff. And I love you. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Bon Jovi.